Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. We're obviously at the Walmart picking up our groceries, so I thought we could have a little car chat on the way home. But before we get into that, take a second, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with the shenanigans. Y'all, I'm not gonna complain about the weather today, I promise. I'm just gonna point out, hang on, let me move y'all. It is still winter here in the Northland. And they're doing something, I don't know what they're doing. They might be knocking snow off the roof. They're doing something here at the Walmart. So I might or might not be able to visit with y'all while we're sitting here. It's just gonna depend on how much noise they're making. But I just wanted to check in, see how everybody's doing. As y'all saw, it is still winter here. I think I mentioned before that the intern had hernia surgery a couple weeks ago. So he's not allowed to lift anything over 20 pounds for 6 weeks. Well, shoveling snow is over 20 pounds. So guess what I've been doing? And it hasn't been that big of a deal, so I'm really not complaining. I'm only kind of complaining a little bit. And I've still been doing my regular workouts because I still have my regular goals, my annual Peloton goal in that. So I've still been doing my regular workouts. So I feel like I've been eating a lot. Well, today is my weigh-in day and I've been dreading it. I've not been weighing myself throughout the week, which normally I kind of weigh myself as the week goes on just to like pay attention to where I am. And I just haven't been because like I said, I feel like I've been eating a lot. So I've been avoiding the scale. All right, a nice young man brought me my groceries and now we're heading out. So like I was saying, today's weigh-in day. I'd been avoiding the scale and finally today I was like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. Because I never don't weigh myself on weigh-in day, I just beat myself up until it's time to weigh in. And y'all, not only was I not up like in the stratosphere where I thought I was gonna be, I'd actually lost some weight. So here's the point of all that, not like, oh, I'm so, cool, I'm awesome, I lost some weight, because who cares? Seriously, who cares? But y'all, weight stigma is a real thing. Like, parking lot stigma is a real thing too. This is an absolute dumpster fire. Don't beat yourself up. Don't stigmatize yourself over some arbitrary number that you have in your head. Try to keep a healthy attitude. And I'm talking to myself as much as anybody else because that's something that I clearly struggle with a lot. But one, there is no ideal weight. I'm 5'3"-ish, but based on my body type, my level of activity, my stage in life, I am a woman of a certain age, and as your body goes through changes, things happen and your ideal weight changes. So don't fixate on that. And for heaven's sake, don't beat yourself up over it. Y'all, we are the absolute hardest on ourselves. What's the song? Don't be your own worst enemy. And I feel like we all do this. Check yourself for saying things to yourself that you would never say to another human being. And while we're on it, let's talk about some other things. What about depriving yourself while you're working towards this perfect weight or whatever it is that you're working towards? Let's talk about depriving yourself of things that you like or things that you enjoy. Does that really work? Like, if you want chocolate cake, should you keep yourself from eating chocolate cake or peanut butter because you know that it's packed with calories or high in fat or whatever it is? Well, there are many studies that show that if you allow yourself those things in moderation, that they actually encourage success in dieting and eating plans because you're not depriving yourself and that keeps you going. You're less likely to give up. So do we have to give up those things that we love? No, just do them in moderation. Maybe don't eat 4 spoons full of peanut butter. Maybe just measure yourself out some peanut butter, put up the container, and then eat the peanut butter that you've measured out. And y'all remember that slow and steady really is the goal here. Slow and steady is what wins the race. So losing 1 to 2 pounds a week has been shown to be a really successful path to weight loss and healthy living, as opposed to extreme fast weight loss. In those cases, you're less likely to change your habits, and then you just gain the weight back. So it's better to focus on building good habits, like developing habits towards physical activity. Find physical activities that you can do on a regular basis and that you can maintain over time. Also, having friends that support you. Have a community around you that supports you in not just your fitness journey, but whatever it is that you're trying to do. And y'all, recognize your victories, not just your weight related victories, but recognize non-scale victories. Like for me, y'all, the first time, if I ever run a mile without straight falling out, I am gonna sing that to the rafters. Y'all just wait. But seriously, any kind of victories that you have, celebrate those. If you have a good workout one day, if you're just excited to work out, if something good happens, if you have good test results from your doctor. I have a friend who's overweight and she's working on that, but she's also working on some other health related concerns that she has, like cholesterol and blood pressure and the blood sugar things. And she's had some huge victories in those venues. She's gotten her cholesterol under control. Her blood sugar numbers have come, the bad numbers have come down and her good numbers, I don't know, whatever it is. She's gotten her blood sugar under control. So, and I think her weight has come down some, but she's focusing on those other victories right now. And y'all, that's a great attitude to have. And y'all know my thoughts on how to sort of keep track of those things. Track your progress so that you can see your successes. You've seen my tracker. It's a little crazy, gets a little over the top sometimes, but it keeps me on path and it lets me see, one, where I am, and two, when I'm off track, it keeps me from sort of blowing that up in my head, right? It keeps me from thinking that I've like completely blown an entire week when I'm really only a little bit off track, and it allows me to sort of get myself back in check. So, all right, y'all, I'm almost home. Let me get off here. Let me unload these groceries. Then I'm gonna do a workout. I am stiff from shoveling snow. I'm gonna do a quick stretch, and then let's meet in the kitchen and get something going for dinner. All right, y'all, we're home. I have worked out. I think I mentioned that the intern is gone for the weekend, so I'm gonna make a big old vat of Brunswick Stew, and I'm just gonna eat on that for the weekend. But I'm not gonna make regular Brunswick Stew, because y'all, that's like 5 or 8 points per serving, depending on what all stuff you put in and what kind of barbecue sauce you use. So I am gonna alter my Brunswick Stew recipe. We'll see how it turns out. We'll of course do a taste test when it's done, and I'll let y'all know how it is. But here's what I'm gonna do. I've already pre-gamed some chicken in the crock pot. I just threw in 2 boneless chicken breasts with some garlic salt and some onion salt and let those cook for, I don't know, about an hour, and then shredded those. So I have some shredded white meat chicken ready to go. So I'm going to take a pound of 99% lean turkey. I'm gonna brown that. I'm gonna add some onions and bell pepper. I got some frozen onions and bell pepper. I'm gonna try that. Hopefully it's all right. We'll see how it comes out. So I'm going to add onions and bell pepper and garlic. Let that cook down a little bit. And then y'all, I'm going to mix everything together, and then I'm going to add chicken broth at the end to sort of get the consistency that I want. So I've got my onions, bell pepper, and garlic kind of cooked in together. I'm going to add 28 ounces of diced tomatoes. I have some fire roasted diced tomatoes too, so I might throw those in as well, give it a little extra taste. I'm going to add some frozen corn, frozen lima beans, some tomato sauce. For my barbecue sauce, I'm gonna use sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's. So instead of Sweet Baby Ray's, it's just called Ray's. But I'm gonna add that, and y'all, that's gonna chop my points way down. 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Typically I would add smoked pork here. I'm not adding any smoked pork. I know that's gonna change the taste some, but y'all, that's like 50 points right there. So I'm not adding any smoked pork. Hopefully it's gonna be okay. Now I know the taste is gonna be a bit different, but y'all, it's gonna be like 1 point per serving. So the difference between 8 points and 1 point, I'll take the difference in taste. Hopefully it's gonna be okay, but y'all know I'll be honest when I taste it and let you know. So I'm gonna add the chicken that I pre-gamed, add that in, and then some salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna add the chicken stock here to sort of thin it out to get the consistency that I want. Then I'm gonna throw it in the oven at 250, just let it cook in there for a while and see what comes out. You know what, y'all? I'm also gonna make some miracle muffins. Remember we made those a few weeks ago with the Kodiak Power Cakes mix? So it's Kodiak Power Cakes mix, 2 overripe bananas, which I actually overriped some bananas. So it'll be Power Cakes mix, 2 overripe bananas, and 2 eggs. Mix that all together, and that makes 6 1-point muffins. And again, y'all, they're not like chocolate cupcakes or something. They're chocolate muffins. They're only 1 point. They're filling, they're sweet, and they're chocolate. So I'm gonna make some of those, and I'll keep those around too to snack on this weekend. So I'm gonna get that going, and I might make something a little different for breakfast in the morning, so I'll come back and let you know how that comes out. The muffins are out of the oven, y'all, and they smell good. They're hot, and I'm gonna try one, and I'm gonna regret this, but here we go. So this is 1 point. The whole thing is 2 eggs, 2 overripe bananas mushed up. You mix that together with half a cup of the Kodiak Power powder mix stuff, and it makes 6 muffins. These are really hot. I showed y'all these before. They're a little bit spongy. But like I said before, they're chocolatey and they're sweet, and it's only 1 point. The ones I made before, I didn't have overripe bananas. Still a little bit weird. Spongy. Doesn't have as banana-y of a taste as the other one did. You're not going to pass these off as, like, I don't know, chocolate cupcakes or something, but you could throw some strawberries on them, some raspberries, do maybe some fat-free Cool Whip or something. But I like them just like this. When I'm craving and I'm about to start eating, I can grab one of these and it's 1 point, and it'll keep me from going just completely ham in the pantry. So these are done. I'm going to put the other 5 away so that I don't eat them. And the Brunswick Stew is in the oven, so I'm going to let that go for a couple more hours, and then I'll check back in and let y'all know how it is. The stew is done cooking, y'all. It's been in for about 2 hours. I don't think it needs any longer than that. I'm hoping that I have not turned this chicken into rope. Let's see. Oh, that's good. It is exceptionally hot on account of it's been in the oven for 2 hours. Did I say I cooked it at 250? So I mixed all the stuff together and just stuck it in the oven at 250. And yeah, it's been about 2 hours. So, let's see what man, is it hot. Let's see what we got. It looks really good. It's a little, can y'all see this? I don't know if it's too soupy. I might have put in a little too much water. I don't know if that's what Brunswick stew is supposed to look like. It's more kind of like Brunswick soup, but that's all right. It's got tons of protein in it. Here we go. It's very tasty. It's got a really smoky flavor from that Sweet Baby Ray's well, Ray's, Baby Ray's, that sugar-free Sweet Baby Ray's. I was worried that it wouldn't have a very good taste because I didn't put the pulled pork in it, but it is good. Yeah, it's good. I want to find some turkey. It is good, y'all. Now, with a cup and a half of that Ray's barbecue sauce in it, it came out to 1 point per serving. And I think I did 10 servings, but the only thing in it, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the only thing in it that has any points is that Baby Ray's. So I would say that you're definitely safe calling it 1 point per serving. It's very tasty. I think I'm gonna have some toast with mine. And y'all, this is dinner. So I'm gonna finish this up. I am tired. I'm gonna go sit on the couch and read some books. My plan was to come up with something new for breakfast in the morning. I'm tired, y'all, but I will check back in the morning and let y'all know what my actual plan for breakfast is. I might or might not try something new. At this point, I'm going to say not, but after I get some rest, I might be back on my game. So I'll see y'all in the morning. Hey friends, it's morning. Y'all are going to just have to excuse all this. I've been on the bike. The intern is not here. And let me just tell you, one of my high schoolers yesterday was talking about the book It by Stephen King. He's reading it, and he said that it got him so scared that he couldn't sleep at night. Well, I woke up last night to go to the restroom, got back in bed, and guess what I started thinking about? So I'm not going to say that it kept me up last night. I'm just going to say that I didn't get the best night's sleep. So excuse all this. But y'all, let's get some breakfast going. I think what I'm going to do, remember I tried those banana pancakes, those Weight Watchers banana pancakes. And thank y'all for not commenting, but I had my pan too hot and it didn't go so great. So I want to try a version of those, which means I want to monkey around with them and probably mess things up, but whatever. So that recipe is 2 eggs, 2 bananas, and some other stuff. What I'm going to do is I'm going to whip up 3 eggs, put in a little bit of almond milk or something to loosen those up some, get them fluffy. Set those aside. Mash up 2 bananas. Add a teaspoon of baking powder, some vanilla and cinnamon. Mix that all up and then cook that all together like a frittata or something because it's going to have more egg in it. So I want to see what that's going to do. I have no idea how I'm going to flip it. No idea what I'm going to do with it, but let me get it going, get it made, and then I'll come back and we'll see what we come up with. All right, y'all, that's all done. It's not pretty, but oh my gosh, does it smell good. Next time, I'm going to keep messing with this, y'all, because this is going to be something, I'm telling you. It's a little dense because of those bananas in it, but holy man, does it smell good. Next time, I think, excuse the sound of my dog licking the floor. I might have dropped an egg. I got a little excited. Next time, I think I might stick it in the oven. Is that how, I've never made a frittata. Is that what you do with a frittata? Is that even what I'm thinking? Is a frittata that egg thing that you make? You put all the stuff in. It's like a quiche, but it's different. Oh, that's good. Y'all, this is a whole lot of it. Whole lot of it. I should have, instead of increasing the egg, I should have decreased the banana and done 2 eggs and 1 banana. This is really good. It's still very, very banana-y. It's very dense. If all you want to eat is some weird egg banana mush and that just be your whole breakfast, y'all, this could be a breakfast. Now, I'm still going to have my fruit and Greek yogurt, but I'm going to forego the Cheerios and all that because, y'all, that's just going to be a lot. I already ate my banana. So let me eat breakfast. Y'all, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I know this was a little weird, but I'm excited by that. I think we're on to something. And of course, it's 0 points because all it is eggs and banana and some little bit of other stuff. You might have noticed I put a tiny bit of butter in the pan because my stuff stuck a bit last time. But it was literally 1/4 of a teaspoon of butter. So I checked and that's still 0 points. So I am 0 points in for breakfast. But y'all, I'm going to eat my weird banana egg concoction before it gets cold and then I'm going to get to work. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Y'all, thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you haven't already done so, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the shenanigans. I upload food and fitness videos on Mondays with some book videos sprinkled in between. See you on the next one.